Hi, I'm Greg,
Hi, I'm Will.
and welcome to our next episode of Theme Parks and Patents.
Today we're talking about the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift coaster.
And this is coming to Universal Studios in Hollywood in 2026, and they're building it right now. We were just out there a couple weeks ago, and put those pictures in. They're putting the track in already. Will's already feeling barfy about how crazy the coaster is.
Yeah, just from this video that someone made, it just looks sickening.
So we're going to show Amusement Insider, we're going to borrow their video, and thanks to them, made a simulation of what they think the ride's going to be like with the drifting and the turning. And so in our last video, we were talking about controlled spinning coasters here for a bit. So we covered the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind and the patent that Disney has for that. And so now we're going to talk about the Fast and Furious drifting coaster to give us, to give some ideas what they need to do. It's going to be a controlled spinner, but now you've got this Disney patent out there in your way. And going back to that video, what Disney is claiming is that you've got basically a battery and that you're charging the battery somewhere during the ride, so during the gravity-based ride where it's moving. So you're doing moving charging, and then when you're disconnected from that charging, you're using the battery to turn the car during the ride, is the big thing to distinguish it from a bus bar. Any thoughts on it?
No, not really.
What do you want them to do?
I would like kind of a little down and have them looking sideways to give that real drift feeling, and this may be a little too much for some riders, but I'd like them to have like some screens like in Primordial.
Okay. It's all outside though, I think. Maybe the station house would be covered. I don't know.
Yeah.
This looks pretty from the
Or maybe they could have an animatronic of like a car that's like on your track.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's a different car.
There might be some scenes or something in the load area. So anyway, this is going to turn. It's controlled turns. So basically what we want to stay away from is the Disney patent. So this might be, I'm assuming they probably wouldn't do as battery operated. They may go back to using bus bars on the track. So wherever you're turning, you would be hooked to a bus bar, which would be conducting electricity to your car, and then you could turn it. And then when you're out of contact with the bus bar,
when you're out of juice,
you have some sort of clutch or brake or something that holds the car in a base position, and so that's going to be something to watch, because you'll be able to easily see on the track bus bars they look like this little kind of fin of conductors, so they're fairly noticeable, to see if that's how they're doing it, and so it seems like if they try to do the battery concept, you can maybe do it too by not charging on the track. Maybe if the coasters and the batteries are big enough that you could charge them, just when they're sitting in the station, or maybe even on the lift hill, and then it's all just free track. There's no charging during the track. That would be another way they could do it, but that's kind of the gist of it. Any other thoughts on the Fast and Furious coaster?
Not really, except for this video. It makes if this is right and how they're speculating it, if I went on it, I don't usually get motion sickness, but this would make me throw up.
You don't know if you really try it. We'll see if it's like Guardians where they have the...
Because it also looks like it might go through a loop backwards.
Yeah, it does look like, I think this is just guessing with the simulation, but they have it where it's backwards during some barrel rolls.
But I mean, at like the Nickelodeon World, like theme park in like a bit, like one of the biggest malls, like there's this thing, like a SpongeBob's like coaster that has like Sandy, and basically after you do one full like loop around the track, the station will like turn around and send you like same track, but your car will be going through it backwards, so they'll go through loops backwards and stuff like that.
Yeah, that looks like a Barbie coaster in that mall. I think the one is that in New Jersey or is that Minnesota? I think it's in New Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey.
Okay. So that's this one. It's just something to watch, and they're doing a controlled spinner, and they kind of I'm assuming they're going to want to get around what Disney had done already with their battery system for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Um, and so we'll watch it. This is all in the open. It's not in a closed building like Guardians of the Galaxy, so it's going to be pretty easy to get a sense of how they're turning these cars and how they're being powered during the ride. So we'll watch that and update as appropriate. And then for our next episode, we're going to go back to Primordial at Lagoon in Utah, which is also, it doesn't act. It does some controlled rotation, usually coming in and out of like shooting scenes. And so we're going to do some research on that. And I think they do it more in the traditional bus bar way. But we'll have another video coming soon about our kind of third and last video on controlled spinning coasters to talk about what Lagoon does and how that compares to the patent for Guardians of the Galaxy. So Will, who's in a huge yawn, you not interested in our patent talk today?
I'm just tired and hot and sweaty from jumping on the trampoline. Can't you give me a break?
So anyway, Will's going to sign us off, and we'll see you next time we talk about controlled spinning coasters.
Goodbye, people of the world. Goodbye, ta-ta!